Welcome back and to episode 68. So there's been a slight disruption in the delivery of videos lately. I blame the school holidays, loads of kids running around and etc. And I've got another holiday coming up, so there will be a week or two break in a few weeks time, but we'll deal with that. And I hope you enjoyed the Rolls Royce video last week. I was at my parents' and it seemed a crime not to video the car. It is stunning. I've watched that car. I got it wrong in the video. He finished it 4 years ago, and it took 4 years to build. And I remember him doing it and not really paying that much attention. But it's only now when I go back, I actually look at it and just really understand how much work it is. I mean, I've done a year on my car and I've managed to get the engine back in. That is a complete rebuild. It's stunning, really incredible. Anyway. So in last week's video you saw me fit the alternator. So we've got the alternator, the power steering pump and the cannibalized air pump. Cannibalized because I've taken all the insides out, so it's just a freewheeling pulley. I think I talked about that before, but what I'm trying to do is equal out the tension, the pull on the crank. I don't want the alternator and the power steering pump pulling it to one side and creating an uneven wear on that bearing. So I'm hoping that the air pump can equal that out. So in this week's video, I'm going to stay focused on the front of the engine. Lots of bits to do on there. This video is actually taking a while to come out because I'm stuck on a little bit. Basically the pulley, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And I can tell you now, I've bitten the bullet and paid the 70-80 pounds for a new OEM pulley. This is the one that goes on the alternator. It's just the only way I can do it, but you'll see that in a little while. So let's crack on. I'm hoping to get, I'm waiting for the delivery of that pulley, so I'm hoping I can get that, for that to arrive and get it on the car before I finish creating this video. Let's just dive in and see how we get on. As ever, thank you for watching. Click that subscribe button. Let's get up to 2,000 subscriptions. That'd be really cool. Click the like button. That helps YouTube push my videos up higher. And leave me comments. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. What should I be doing? Assembling all this, sort of the front and top of the engine. I'm really worried that I'm putting stuff on, and in a minute I'm going to go to put something else and I have to take everything off to put this other thing back on. So if you know I've missed something, tell me, save me some time please. Anyway, let's get in there, see how I get on. Right, I'm just starting to think about where all the belts go, which pulley connects to which. So I've got these bungee cords which I'm going to use to kind of sort of work it out. Now I've just had a quick look. I think I know roughly. It's not necessarily ideal to do because they don't quite hook on, they're not quite the right length, but they'll do. So that's the alternator one, which I'll show you that in a second. This will be the fake smog pump. Just trying to work out how to make this the right length because it is a little bit long. I can hook it over something like that. It's really just a check for which way round they go and the alignment. I'll show you in a second the problem. And this is the power steering pump. Now I know the smog pump, I still need the fan here. I've got it here actually. I know that goes on there like that, and this pulley goes around that belt, but don't worry for a minute. That's how the belts go, so they're on the correct pulleys. That's the unused aircon pump right at the very back. So from the back it's aircon pump, alternator, smog pump, power steering pump. But let me show you my problem. The last one though is the alternator, and I think you can probably see it. It's on an angle, a very slight angle, but it is an angle, and that's due to the boss. If I zoom you right in and refocus, right, there's a boss on the left side. See the shiny pulley? It's got about, I suppose, about a 1 centimeter, 8mm. Sort of, I'm calling it a boss. I guess that's what it's called. I'll see if I can point. It's just in there. That is pushing the pulley out. Now,
I really struggled to find a pulley that matched without that. Well, not without that. That's the only one I could find at all. So is it okay? Is it going to cause excess wear on the belt? If I try and get you lined up again. I could try and get that machined off, I guess. I'm not sure. I can carry on looking for pulleys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm hoping that's going to be okay. Where I'm looking at the problem is there, where it wears against. If I just zoom you in that specific bit. There, it's going to be wearing against that side of the bigger pulley there. Right, so quickly checking, you are correct. I do need to take the alternator off to put the pipe on the back of the power steering pump. So, I mean, none of it's uptight. It's probably all... No, I can't undo it with my fingers, but it is very loose. So let's quickly whip that off then. We'll get the alternator off, the power steering pump pipe on the back. The other pipe goes in here anyway, that goes in there, so that's the loop complete. Yeah, it's just a matter of quickly whipping it off. My hands are getting tired, that's the problem. Working upside down, holding your arms up is really tiring. There we go, right. Okay, I've got a pipe fill over the face as well. So we'll let the alternator just dangle there for a minute. He should be okay. I actually like these. Okay, that's better. Right, so there's a problem with the, this is the, if I can show you properly, the bottom one here is the power steering pump. These are, let me look at that one, is the supply from the heating in interior cabin, and the bottom one, I'm not sure you'll be able to see there, is the one going up to the power steering reservoir. Underneath, this pipe doesn't align up yet with the power steering pump, so I need to pull it above these two so it sort of comes across the top, and then it should line up okay. But I can't squeeze it through the gap, so I'm going to have to undo everything there and sort of pull it around a bit. Always so difficult. Right, okay. Whew. Okay. So that can come above now. I can pull it up as high as I like. Line it up with the back of the power steering pump, and then I'll reassemble this side of things here. That should be fine. Okay, just go do that now. Right, so power steering pump bolted in, actually not too awkwardly. And now I've just connected up these two, the oil going to the radiator. And what I'm going to do is actually get a bit of wire to hold them roughly in place here. And I'm going to try to nip them up while I'm under there. Well, not that I'm under there now, but you know what I mean. So get those ready, and then it's pretty much a job of just sliding the radiator in, I think. So let's do that now while I'm sort of thinking about it. That wraps up the power steering side of things. Well, the steering in general, isn't it? So the steering rack's been rebuilt. All the pipe work's been cleaned up and sort of redone. Power steering pump's back on there, tidied up. The reservoir's there. All the pipe work connected up. I've rejigged all of the pipes in there and put that clip back on. So that should, all of that side should be complete now, apart from, if I can point, there's a pipe there that is the one that goes off to the HVAC. I don't know what it is yet or where it connects, so we'll need to sort that one out. Oh, and there's one more. This one coming around there, that one there. I need to find where that one goes as well. I've got the two pipes there ready to go on the radiator. They're sort of hanging up with bits of wire. I still need to resolve the pulley on the alternator, so we'll be looking at that shortly. But other than that, I think we're getting there at the front. I think we're getting there. I need to torque up this side of things. That side's all torqued up, but this side needs doing. And then we're back at the top of the engine. I forgot to film the first bit of this, which was me staring in wonderment at this sort of contraption. And just trying to work out what pipes I've got that'll fit. and slowly going through, just saying, yeah, okay, that'll work, and it looks like I've got enough stuff. I'll just whip that off of there again. Right. So I'm trying to do it bit by bit. I don't want to rush it and get the wrong stuff in. But that one goes on there. That's a direct replacement for that piece. It's hard to see probably because it's all black. But that one goes on like that. I'll do it up loosely for now. Something like that. And this one plugs in here. Obviously I need a Jubilee clip on that, so I'll do that in a second. I got this one that goes on here, which I'll do at the same pipe. I need to work out the length because this is bent. Mine's got a bit of a bow in it, which is good. And this plugs into the throttle body, I believe. I need to track down where it all connects up, but it looks like it's throttle body. Right, we can also test this as well, make sure that's working correctly. Right, that's a fair amount of the pipework done. These pipes I'm a bit concerned about. One of them is split. If I can find it. Right, it's split there. I don't know if you can see well enough. And there is daylight, so that really is split. But that's a very formed pipe. And whilst I might have not that one, probably this one. Yeah, while I do have pipe that will work, it doesn't want to bend quite like that. So I think that's going to be a tricky one. I need to think about that a little bit. It might be that I have to grab that on eBay because it is formed so nicely. I'll go have a look now. So another bit I need to start looking at is the wiring loom, getting the engine side of things on. And I thought this is my first attempt at getting it on, so I figured you'd probably like to see that because it's always good to see what goes wrong. So I'm literally just going to lay it across here because I know it goes something. Whoop, I know it goes over here somewhere, and I believe it's something like it's in there somewhere. I'll just swap sides. I'm not showing off my fan, that's where it lives, while I'm still trying to sort it out. So let's have a little look. And I think it goes across there, behind here somehow. I know it's roughly right there because the 14-pin clip is lining up. And I'm pretty sure it goes in underneath the water bridge output, radiator output. I think it goes under that. I don't know if I can get it in that gap though, because I don't know it goes there. It's kind of just my gut feeling. It could go across the top, but I think it comes round the back there and then drops down there. I think. I'm going to go and look at my videos, but I like to show you the first things, first sort of attempts at stuff. I know this is on the starter motor, one of these, and one's on the alternator. So that must be on the alternator because it's shorter. That will drop down roughly next to the alternator, which is obviously just there, and that will run along under the engine to the starter motor. I'm pretty sure that is where it goes. 14 pin lines up. I'm just looking at the connectors as well. Yeah, see there's a screw there that will attach to. I'm just looking at how I can get it underneath the bridge. I think it will go around the back there. I think I'll go look at one of my videos. Even I watch my own videos. And just check, because I'd probably show taking it off. Yeah, I think that's probably safest to do now. My green wire, by the way, is here, intact, all looking pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that because that's not suffered anything as far as I've seen.
And I know they're a pain in the bum. Okay, let's go do that. Right, I had a quick check. Yes, I'm right. Well, certainly my wiring loom, and it seems most others, go underneath the connected to the bridge there. So I'm just going to see how I can do that. I don't really want to bend the wires too much. They're old and the casing sort of feels a bit brittle, but if I can wrangle that underneath there. Okay, I can see now I'm wrong. There's a hole. I'm just trying to zoom in for you. Dead center of the camera underneath the distributor that goes straight down, or angled, but in there. That's where the wiring loom goes. So I need to just poke it through there. So let's put it back from where I was threading it and poke it down there. So I'm going to wrap it in electrical tape to hold all the bits together, and it'll make poking it through easier. So if I wrap it quite tight. Now we need to work out where the wire that goes across to the starter motor goes. I'll show you where it is underneath. Right, so we've got the long wire that goes to the starter motor. It goes off that way, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't just dangle loose and go underneath this stuff. So, well, and the other wire we've got here goes to the starter motor, to the alternator, which is just there. So that's all fine. Now up underneath here, there's a couple of routes we can go, but I suspect it goes in, you can't quite see, in here. I can go up underneath the heat shield. If I can move the light, I'm not sure I'll be able to show you. There seems to be a route through under the heat shield, basically the bottom of the engine. I'm going to see if I can look at that, and that should take us all the way through. Just the other side of the engine roll bar, you can just see the starter ring sort of dropping down. So really trying to get to that point. Right, I think that's how I'm going to leave it connected. Obviously it goes into the alternator just here. This wire goes across to this or sender unit. I've not connected that up yet. And that one goes off over to the starter. Now I've threaded it above the steering rack under the it's under the cross member, and then over to the starter. I think that's probably the best route I can do. If I go above the cross member, then it's getting close to the exhaust manifold, and I think I prefer it there. I'm about halfway through cleaning up the fan here that goes on the front. I'm just kind of sizing it up to make sure I'm not going crazy with what order things go in. And I think I'm right. So the fan goes around the smog pump and around the crank. That belt's on order, that should come in soon. I had hoped it would arrive with the new alternator pulley as well, and I could fit those before the end of this video, but it's not going to happen this week, I'm afraid. So I'm going to wrap up the video there. Not bad, pretty light on progress, I would say. It's been blisteringly hot. Everything, kids are getting in the way, holidays, etc. But at least we've got the alternator, the power steering pump, the smog pump, all of those in white or plumbed up and looking good. And we've got the hoses ready for the radiator to drop in. Hopefully next week I'm going to be dropping that in. But anyway, as ever, thanks for watching. Please click the subscribe, click the like button, leave me comments, tell me what I've done wrong in here. There's still a lot of pipe work up the top. You saw me starting to look at that. I'm not sure where it goes, but we'll work it out. Anyway, let's wrap up there. Thanks again, and see you next week.